Hi, Liam O'Gogan here. It's Thursday the 20th of October 2022, and today I'm just making a short reusable learning object video as to record my experience of trying to renew my television license online. I'm just take you through that process. I'm doing this on an iPad, so I'll just switch to into my email app. So on my email there, you can see that I got my notification of my license expired. Now again, I'll ask you to follow the cursor on the screen, which I'm using with an external USB mouse. So if I go up here, it's asking me to, if I just zoom in here, you can see that colored section there. So that, if I click on that, it says please pay online now. If I double click on that, it opens me into the relevant tvlicense.ie page, which now is going to require me to put in these particular numbers. So on my iPad, I'm going to cut and paste those reference numbers, the PIN numbers, because they were already provided for me on this here. So simply, I just touch that and it selects that. If I just hold my finger on that, it'll allow me to copy it. And I'll just then swipe across and I'll just paste it in here. So I'm just touching the screen and pasting it in there. And then move over here till I look for my PIN number and just copy that. So I'm doing all this by touching on the screen. I just press it in there, just locate it in there, in here, and then click on this button, the paste button, and it pastes it in there. So that's my first page filled and it says log on. So we'll just zoom back out again. I log on here. And just click log on. So I'm changing between pressing the screen with the touch screen with my finger and also using the mouse. I try and use the mouse as often as I can. So it's giving me these details, my address and all of that sort of stuff. It asks me to confirm those details, my email address, etc. So I just confirm those. Moves me on to the next page. It asks my personal details and all of the rest. And then just asked me, so it wants me to proceed to payment. Let's see where this goes. So effectively, this is now going to ask me for a credit or debit card details, my card number, expiry date. So if you have a credit or debit card, you just fill in these details. I will fill in those details and then I'll press the pay button. Okay, obviously when I put in those details, I will just cut those out of the finished video. So just to protect that anonymity. I will next click on the button pay, and it's going to process this card now. I put in my card details and it's now looking to authenticate this payment. And after going through the process, you can see authentication complete. I've now authenticated the payment on my iPad here, and I just click on I have approved the PTSB app. I don't want to save anything there now. So I'm just checking to ensure that my payment has been finished off. And so I can just log out at this point in time. So what I'm just going to do is I'm now going to check in my email to see if I have confirmation of payment. And we can see the purchase of confirmation here. Right, confirmation number such as the license detailer this here. So there's an example of me completing an online transaction to pay my TV license for this year. Just a reflection on that experience. It was fairly fluid. Again, I'm using an iPad. I can swipe across the screen to move from using the camera app as I'm using to using my email app to using a browser, Safari, and to cut and paste detail. It's a lot easier than to actually type out numbers and the level of errors that you might get with those. Just remember the camera on my iPad is always to one side, so if I'm looking strange, not sure which side the camera's on. But what I did have a problem, and I'm continually having a problem with, is when I make a payment, I'm with the Permanent TSB, and then I have to authenticate the payment. I would have expected this to send a code to my phone, which I can then just type in the 6-digit code. It wanted me to authenticate the payment on my iPad, which meaning I had to, that's why I stopped the video at that time at the way off and went into the bank app and logged into that and have it live in the background, and then it authenticated. So that was the one area of trouble. Anyway, the purpose of this video is just to pass on the experience to people of trying to do your business online. Increasingly, that's an expectation of the world that we're going to live in. The fact that I could then show that I have an email showing me the confirmation number, I'm not stuck with keeping pieces of paper around to keeping a record of what payments I've made. So I personally find that very useful. So I hope this video is of some assistance to you. If you like these videos, perhaps you want to subscribe to my channel, and also perhaps any suggestions or comments, or maybe you're a service user, maybe a service provider. That one area of stuckness I've had is that authentication of payment. It's important to have that two-step authentication. I get that, but and it may be something I'm doing wrong. I wish the code had gone to my phone. I could have typed it in. Okay, that's it for now.